What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed. We're doing something a little different today. Shooting on my Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Switching out my cameras for a little bit. I'm going to be possibly upgrading, but in the meantime, since I'm not using my normal camera, I decided I'd test out all these wonderful cell phones. So the reason why I'm using Galaxy Note 10 Plus is because the cameras on this is really good and it has variable aperture. Even the newer Samsung phones don't have the variable aperture anymore. It seems like that got left off right around the Galaxy Note 10, as a matter of fact, because the Galaxy S9 had it, the S10 has it, and so the Note 10 Plus has it. If the video's looking good and the way I want it to look, then I won't have to use my 12 Pro Max. All right, so what do we got in front of you today? We have Soundwave and Blaster and Rumble. Why is he here? Because we have none other than Sword Dancer and Chatter Source from Dr. Wu. So who are these two? So Sword Dancer is the Autobot Cassettes, which is basically going to be the G1 Slamdance, which is Grand Slam and Rain Dance. And then over on the right is going to be none other than Squawkbox, which is aka Squawk Talk and Beastbox. Now, I used to own both of the originals as a kid. I don't have them anymore, of course, because, as a kid, that's what we do. We lose our toys. But it does give you more cassettes to add to your Blaster or your Soundwave, which is, what we use right now. And we'll do some size comparisons. I'm not going to make this a long review because, like I said, this is the first time I've been using a cell phone. Not the first time per se. I actually was using a Note 10 Lite to film a few of my videos about 3 years ago when I first started. And actually, the quality wasn't bad. But the Note 10 Plus is going to be a heck of a lot better than the Note 10 Lite. So let's go. So we're going to move these guys out the side for a second because they're going to be in the video today. And we're going to let Rumble here. It's gotta love Rumble, man. He just looks so cool, man. Just so cool, man. Just so cool. I mean, my goodness, man. They did a good job with him. So, what do we get in the box? Well, we do get instructions because I did take out one. I've had Squawkbox for a while, but I just got him the other day when I got my Thunder Promenade, I should say. And that's the instructions to go with him, so. Because I was playing with him earlier. So I'm going to just adjust this just a bit. All right. So look at the box and the packaging. You can see there. Have everything. Everything's on the back. I think that's pretty cool how they do that. Make it look and everything. I'm enjoying that. Same thing with this box. These boxes are nice. Now, the prices for these should run you about $20 to $25. So, not bad, considering what we're getting, and we may or may not get this from Hasbro. It's got a little bit more articulation, a little more involved. I ain't doing transformations on screen. I'm just not doing it. All right, so we're going to pause for the cause and open the boxes up, get the tapes out. We'll be back, the moniker 2 and 2. All right, we're back. These are the cards that they come with. They're that, that heavy card stock that you have on most, third-party things like that. Play Spades. Same thing with the other guys, Squawk Talk, or Chatter, whatever you want to call them. So that's the way they look. Now, let's just get these out the way. Now we're gonna look at Squawkbox. Squawk Talk, which I had to put the weapons off. So these things are just too small and too tiny. But that's how he looks here in that mode. Let's get it a little brighter here. I'm so used to not having this work in that fashion, but you can see it there. And just to show you, because this one does not form correctly. It just doesn't, okay? So we're not going to show them in tape mode. I don't know why mine does it. It's all the parts are where it should be, but it doesn't fit. And so we're going to put Beastbox, replace them with this. Now, compared to these two, I'm gonna compare it to, this is the Ravage, and you can see the differences there, but they feel about like the same. I mean, I don't, people are like, oh my god, it's decent plastic. It's not anything just squawk about. But you can pop him in the chest like so. So just gonna show him off at Soundwave. And I don't know why I always had that problem when I first got him. It just would not go in correctly. I don't know what that is. But you can see the gorilla head right there. Let's see it. And we're gonna close it. This thing will not close. So he's in, but not as in as he should be, but he's in. You can see that. Sounds. Let's not go there. And that's that. So we're going to pause for the calls and show the other two. And then we're going to show them in all of their modes. And then we're going to combine them. Now with Grand Slam and Rain Dance, this I think is Grand Slam and this is Rain Dance. And basically they're just, again, folded up into boxes. The plastic on this one feels a little different than the ones on Squawkbox, the Decepticon ones. But as you can see here, they kind of look like little battle cassettes and things. I kind of like these better than the other two. But they don't have the detail like the other two do. And that's probably due to transformation. So on the underside, they're just very, I don't know, just how they are. And I'm going to pop open and bring out eject for a second just to compare. And they're almost the same. Again, I have issues with they don't fold up as snug as the ones that Hasbro makes. They just don't. But they're decent for what they do. So we're going to pop him in. We just want to see how he looks. And he fits just fine in Blaster. Yes, he does. And let's see how the other one fits. So I didn't pan up, like I said. So I guess we go this way. He almost matches Blaster perfectly. Yeah, that looks nice. So the next thing we're going to do next, after we get through with these guys, is we're going to show off the alt modes. And then we'll do the combined mode and wrap the puppy up in another 2 and 2. All right, so here all of them are. This is Beast Box. We're going by the G1 names. I don't remember the other names. That's Beast Box right there. And he's got some articulation here. That's, you can see the fist there. And oddly enough, the back does kind of swivel a little bit. So you can get a kind of a swivel motion. These are the feet here. The only problem that I have is, man, like, he's got a head in his butt. But the little weapons fit on the back. And like I said, I sawed mine down a little too much, as you can see there. But there you go. And again, it's a Squawk Talk. This thing here is pain in the butt to get the weapons in. But he does have, depending on how you pivot the ball joints, he can do like a flapping wing motion. Here on the top, you can see what looks like to be feathers. And I know, a lot of the reviewers kind of gave this, not such a great review, but what do you expect? It's a square. You can't give it so much out of it. And it's got a form legs. It's just the way it is, And then, of course, we have Grand Slam and Rain Dance. And Grand Slam is a tank. Colors are similar. It's got the yellow stripe like Ironhide. Cool. These little guns already stay on. These missile launcher things, and they do kind of pose up. But they do come off very easy. To be forewarned of that. You see how there's a peg, and they're super tiny, man. It's just too dang going tiny. How you gonna do all that? But anywho, and here is the turret, and the turret actually points up, and it's small, but yet it points up. You can't turn it because everything locks in place underneath here. But they did a good job of really making this it's like a little mini toy tank or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see this really being animated like it would everything it ever was. It wasn't, but it just wouldn't really make sense. But it was a cool gimmick, for both American and Japanese. And my favorite is this is Rain Dance. And Rain Dance is so cool because it's got those same colors as Max 1,000,000 Sterling or For the Japanese Persians, people who know as Macross is Maximilian Genius, I believe. And the guns, they store here and they come off. And you can put them together. They do separate, which you will do again when you get into the combined modes. But as you can see it right there, you stick it on top. And I just love the way it looks. It's just hard to really see with it's just so small, my big hand is in the way. As you can see there. And they clean up pretty nice, even from the bottom. You know, there they go again. Nice and clean. So we're done showing them off. Now we're going to go to the combined mode and do our final thoughts all together in another 2 and 2. Boy, I get used to these cameras. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have now Squawkbox, and we have Slamdance in their combined modes. Starting with Squawkbox, this is the articulation. And, you know, to be updates, they're pretty cool. They have fairly good articulation. They just stand up well on this surface. They don't necessarily have feet swivel, but you can get some type of swivel on there. You know, he doesn't have a waist rotation. He does have fist, which you kind of rotate here, which is supposed to, I forgot to mention as part of monkey mode, but you can, you know, gorilla mode, you can do this up here. The head is on a swivel, but these are going to get in the way. So he's got like a helmet. And I mean, like I said, again, just not get all in the bunch. It's just part of transformation. It's just, you can't, it's not much you can do about that. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah, it does look really good. Enjoying the view of this here. It's only figuring out how to use this camera. I'm not used to using phone cameras. I like them though. I do like them. It's just, you can see some of the kibble in the back, but I mean, still, they did a good job for $20. And just would have been the same price as Hasbro, and they combined, and it's so obscure. The weapons though, that's another story, but that's what you got to deal with. And I will say, if you store this on the shelf, put those weapons in the box, because they will come off. I'm sorry, they will. Then next is going to be Slamdance. And actually, I like him a little better. His proportions are better. Typical red and blue colors. You know, does have arm rotation. Now the cannon that goes in the tank, I can't get this thing to peg on the shoulder, and I'm not even going to try. And it's supposed to peg like here or something. I don't like that. Like, I just don't like that. I think that's like too egregious, but it pegs back there, and you can, you know, fold it down, and you know, you can, but it just looks weird. You can store it back here, but it may fall off, but you know, it's a thing. And he does have feet swivel just a little bit. They do turn. He does have the knee. He doesn't have waist rotation. Both of these, I do believe, can Van Dam, and he can Van Dam pretty good. I think he's better, in my opinion, because he's more, doesn't have as much kibble. Like I said, this is going to get in your way. So if you want to turn the head, the best thing to do is store this on the back. I know it sounds weird, but there's a slot right there, and you can kind of fold this up so it's not showing. And I mean, it does kind of give him a little bit more of a balance there. You can do that, and I think that would be better. Overall, his weapon storage is better. Let's take a look at the face real quick, though. The face is dope, and it's got paint details and everything. I mean, yeah, I like these two. I really do like these two. Comparative to Rumble, they're not that much taller combined, and they really weren't supposed to be. They really were supposed to. I forgot. I think the G1 versions were bigger. I can't remember, because the time frame between getting those two, and this, the only thing I don't like is this thing does not want to stand up. You know, and it could just be the surface, and I'm not going to fight this anymore. It's like, it should not be like a 20-minute review. It should only be about 10 to 15 minutes. And I still got to learn how to edit. But you can see here how they look together side by side, and they're pretty much about the same size there. I guess that's weird how they did that, but Hasbro did their thing with this Rumble. Y'all boy tripping. But yeah, I like both of these for being what they are. Yes, there's some compromises that you have to make owning these, but for the price in which you pay for the current Hasbro, I just gotta hold them. But you pay for the current Hasbro stuff, I mean, $20, $25. This is what you're spending now, and y'all, you shouldn't complain. And Dr. Wu does his best. This would probably stand better on like a flat surface. The surface is just not good for these little tiny little things, but yeah, they are cool just to have these. Now, will Hasbro make these? We don't know. I mean, don't ask that question. Just don't ask me that question. I don't know. I don't work for Hasbro. Ask Hasbro. But yeah, I like these. I'm very impressed. Please, come on, stand up. So yeah, pick them up. The Dr. Wu, Chatter, and Sword Dance, or whatever they call them. Pick them up, man. They're available for sale right now. It's not like they're hard to get, but I think one day if you don't get them, they probably will be hard to get. So this is my review of both of these. So we did the review of the Dr. Wu Sword Dancer and the Chatter Source. I guess that's what that means. This Super Robot Ed getting used to this camera. Thank y'all for watching this video today. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.